Hey everyone, M-Live's Brennan Quinn here in sunny Honolulu following Michigan 65-63 loss to Kansas in the Armed Forces Classic. It is just after 5 o'clock in the afternoon here on the island, after 10 o'clock Eastern Time. But looking at tonight's game for Michigan State, this is going to be the trend of when you have this many freshmen and so much room to grow, only so much can happen so quickly. The two stats when I looked at the stat sheet that jumped out to me the most immediately post-game were three-point attempts and free throw attempts. 25 threes put up by Michigan State, 9 free throws. Those are numbers that if not flipped, you want to at least be a little bit closer. Michigan State is not a team that needs to be reliant on perimeter shooting this year. To put up 25 threes, you're asking a lot. Only made 9 for the night. Miles Bridges goes 1 for 6. Matt McQuaid went 3 for 8. One that fell from all people came from Tum Tum Nairn, who went 3 for 16 last year, and it was a desperation heave to tie the game in the last 30 seconds or so. But this is not a jump shooting team. This is a team that needs to drive to the basket, generate free throw attempts, score at the rim, use some of its size underneath. I thought Nick Ward and Kenny Goins had solid games. There's a lot more that they can do, but there needs to be interior scoring here, and there needs to be guys getting the ball to go to the basket. And when you see some of the foul trouble tonight, the game was called pretty closely. A lot of guys had 2 fouls in the first half, and that kind of messed up, I think, Tom Izzo's rotations a little bit. But Josh Langford looked outstanding in the first few minutes of the game, and then kind of tapered off over the course of the day. But I think he is someone who has that ability to get the ball into the middle of the court and make things happen from the interior to the foul line, and kind of collapse defenses and create a lot for himself and others. But I think that's going to come with time. In this game, you kind of saw how things boiled down at the end. You had Arizona using a redshirt senior to go the length of the court against a freshman defender. Josh Langford slipped a little bit on some water in front of the Michigan State bench. That gave Kadeem Allen some leverage. He took him all the way down the court. Langford was only on his hip, couldn't get in front of him. And in that scenario, you needed Miles Bridges to have the court awareness to slide over and pick up that man. And in the first game of a college career, it's pretty difficult to ask guys to have that level of awareness in a game in the final second. So, I think that's something that you might see later in the year, where Miles Bridges will realize that he's got to get over there and get a body on Kadeem Allen. Instead, Allen made it to the basket, converted the layup. Michigan State is 0-1. That'll do it for today. Michigan State is flying out immediately after this game. They will be getting into DTW about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon with a stopover in LAX, and then it'll be off to New York. There's no real rest for this team. They got number 2 Kentucky in New York City on Tuesday night, and I will be there as well, and I will talk to you then. Thanks as always for watching.